Robert, bring them all back. Mr. White. All right. Britt. Present. Mr. Toomey.
Present.
Right. Wait. Mr. Wright.
Present.
Ms. Jones.
Here.
And Ms. Lehman.
I'm here, present.
Oh, they're all here.
We can barely, I can barely hear you guys. Is there any way that the volume at headquarters could be turned up a little bit?
We used to have the microphones for the overhead. Probably picking it up onto the camera. Now we'll do that. So we'll get on that, then. Try the Realtek audio. Down the way of doing this, we should have it. No, these are working.
Do not.
I don't know what.
Yeah, besides the volume, it's like breaking up that like, I don't know Bob and Mary, but I only hear every other word. The quality is bad and the volume's low on my end. And I have my volume turned up as high as it'll go.
I agree with you.
That one's on, that one's on.
Can you hear me, Deb?
Yes.
Yes,
Not sure how to turn that. Okay. Let's see how it shows up. Well, let me, all right, can you hear us a little bit better?
Much better.
yeah, that's better. Yeah.
Will somebody make a motion to approve the minutes of our last meeting?
Never more. I'm second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that the minutes of our last meeting be approved. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposing the same? Ayes have it. The minutes are approved. August 8th, 2022. Public comments? No public comments. All right, we'll move right into the chief report.
All right, good evening, everybody. Nice to see everybody here. I do want to welcome guest we have in the audience, Mr. Vaughn Johnson. Vaughn has been selected by Charleston County Council as our next commissioner. We're just awaiting on a signature from the governor, which we'll see when that happens.
Thank you,
But,
sir.
in
our past experience.
Thank you. It's nice to see that there and involved as well. So we had another busy month of August, which I'll go over the stats a little bit later, but slightly busier than July of 2022, which was probably the busiest month we've ever had at St. John Fire District. So busy again. Several significant calls again, several medical incidents that our personnel again performed at a very high level. Responding with the city of Charleston as part of the auto wave, 701 and engine 117 both brought back cardiac arrest. That was on High Meadow up on Bowick Road. Joint response, so they were able to get a circulation after CPR or 8 in the fibrillation. So, and then also just some other again significant medical incidents throughout the district. So, last month I discussed the plan that we had to hire a fleet facilities manager. We did interviews for that position a couple weeks ago, and we selected a candidate. They accepted the job. Excited about the background that this person has, and I believe they start the 26th this month, so a couple weeks from now, to fill that position. They'll be working with Chief Henson and Chief Stanley to go over some items and fill out his job description and kind of go from there and with their pieces to kind of organize our maintenance department in a better way. So we do have, and I know Larry will talk a little bit, vacancies within the department. We've had another string of people that have resigned recently. I have a kind of a report that we've provided, and I can discuss with you now or even in the executive session, but kind of a report of why people leave or kind of where they're going. Not really seeing people leave for departments near us or around us. A lot of it's family relocations. A lot of it's we had 2 very experienced engineers that left because they had booming businesses on the side, and that was their opportunity to expand with businesses. So it's put us in some hurt along this summer with mixture of those vacancies, people out at FMLA, several people that expanded their families as well this last month and next month, and some workers' comp things too. So we recognize that right now there's quite a bit of force going on, forcing shifts, particularly in the officers and engineer corps of our department. And we're working on the next month to really expand our backup driver corps and those backup officers as well too, so that we can kind of alleviate some of this the forcing that's happening right now as well too. With those vacancies, we do have new hire testing. We advertised for certified firefighters only. We have testing on the 22nd and 23rd. I believe we have Larry will share the report. We had 22 applications received. 10 or 12 of those people were qualified, and only 5 have confirmed the test. So the candidate pool right now is just it's very, very difficult. And really with certified firefighters, we're stealing from someone else who's also hurting for firefighters as well. So I discussed that last week. Still discussing a potential plan to do our own recruits. There'll be some initial upfront costs, but I think we would be able to capture more local people and fill those vacancies as well. So we're going to work on that, and we're going to emphasize training for the engineers over the next couple of months as well too. So those are important pieces of the fire department. We do have a battalion chief's exam scheduled for October 26th, and then there's also an engineer exam in November. Over the summer, we did training and cadre of all these different classes, all in succession. We had over 20 some people go through it. So a lot of these people are going to be ready to promote. They just need some more experience and repetition, and they'll be ready to do it. So, about 2 weeks ago, I sat down and had an officers meeting with all of our officers. It was more of a listening session than anything. Wanted to get their feedback on several topics and input in the future on St. John as well too. We also set some expectations and some things that we'd like to see as an administration as well too. Those were very productive meetings as well too. We scheduled a training in November. It's Chief Surfside Beach, who's formerly the chief of Manassas, Virginia, that had a line of duty death about 15 years ago. And he's going to give a report about that line of duty death. It's an excellent presentation. So we're bringing him down for a couple of days to teach our officers about that. We also requested Seabrook ATAX money. We kind of developed a formula, basically that spit out 50% of a cardiac monitor. Cardiac monitors run about $36,000. So some right now, but it's always good to see that someone is paid for it too. So we developed 50% because, as you know, ATAX money has to be used primarily for visitors, people traveling to the area, and kind of estimated looking at some short-term rental things that's about 50-50 on Seabrook Island. Well, too. So we asked for 50%. The advisory committee approved it. So we'll go to Seabrook, full Seabrook Town Council here very shortly for approval and funding. As well. As of August 29th, we are on a new county RMS system. There's been a few bugs here and there, kind of getting it off the ground as it is, but everybody in the county has went to this new system. Thanks to Chief Whaley and Chief Benson that have been there to get this up and running and get our personnel trained as well on that too. And it's much more user friendly and easier for us to use. We still have slated for end of calendar year deliveries for the new fireboat. They just sent us drawings the other day for the fireboat, sent back some changes that we have. And then also we have one engine that will be delivered by the end of the year as well too. We recently had the Secret Service kind of live in our fire stations for a week with the presidential visit. They were very complimentary of our personnel, made them feel right at home, and we didn't have any issues while the president was doing well too. So we are hosting a meeting here on Wednesday as well. It's actually DOT and several agencies are looking at improvements to Marion Point Road and Main Road. Right there. And then this morning, administrative staff and command staff here, we conducted training with Charleston County Emergency Management on some of the programs that we have as far as it's called Palmetto, which is what we use to do resource requests during hurricanes, their system, Alistar, which you can see all sorts of cameras and all sorts of stuff. But with a large new staff here at headquarters, none of us were really familiar with that at all. So they came and helped us with that. We discussed some general emergency well today too. So a few of our personnel were able to attend Fire Rescue International in San Antonio a couple weeks ago. Came back with lots of different ideas and also things to buy as well. That's a different discussion. That's a discussion. So I'll go just over the incident response summary real quick. I know Chief Henson is on the road right now. So our response, again, 438 total incidents for the month of August as well. We're also looking at on this report specifically at making a change to where you'll see the station responses, but you'll also see the unit responses because sometimes those two don't marry each other. We move units quite a bit, so you can have a different engine go in different kind of places as well too. But it's good to kind of see kind of who's doing what as well too. So 226 incidents on Johns Island, 109 on Kiowa, Seabrook 63, and Longmore 40, with about 60% of those calls being medical. I'll turn it over to Larry for HR.
Thank you. Good evening. So, for people we have out on leave, we have a total of 4 people out. One of those injuries from last year in November, and then we have some recent incidents, one in June, and 2 in August, August the 7th and 11th. As far as staffing, as Chief Porter said, we have some vacancies here. As far as operations, we have a total of 15, and we have a total of 2 administrative. With respect to recruiting to fill those, of course, we did identify a facility maintenance manager that will be starting on September 26th. We do have a staff accounting role that is currently open. We're doing interviews this week. Haven't had a lot of traction on that, but we are still scheduling interviews for that. We don't want to rush people in that role. So we are, taking our time, but not moving too slow. This month, August 22nd, we have 4 new hires, 1 certified firefighter and 3 recruit schools, so they'll be in school for the remainder of the year. Right? And then we also doing testing on September 29th. again, we have 12 certified applicants. Out of that 12 certified applicants thus far, 4 of them are local. The other 8 are out of town, right? So that becomes difficult. We're hoping that they do show up for test. That window, to receive applicants remains open until this Friday, September 10th. So hopefully we can pull in a little bit more and possibly get about 10, 12. Then out of that 10, 12, if we can get 7 or 8, right, we'll be in good shape. For open enrollment. Open enrollment is in the next 2.5, 3 weeks. I'm working with finance to come up with what those numbers look like, so we can begin putting on the schedule, having the shift come through the next quarter, enroll in the benefits, and get some of that squared away. I mid October. I don't know when you have to do the first and 31st. I want to try to get all that taken care of and close out. Any questions?
What is the status of the audit?
It's ongoing. We receive our final tax package from Charleston County this week, but the auditors can't move forward without the final tax package from Charleston County. Our first draft is due to Charleston County October 27th.
Other than that, we'll say if they have any other questions, but I'll down it. Not sure if there's a year or not, so I know you had something to discuss. Okay, other than that, that is what I have for chief reports.
Ramona, that's a report, please, ma'am.
Alrighty, so, happy Monday. So, for the end of August, our budget remaining goal is 83.33%. So we are actually at 79.52, which you all are aware of some of the additional costs associated with equipment. Bank balances as of the end of August, we got about 8.1 million in our operating, which we're doing really good with cash flow, even though we're spending more. Our cash looks really good compared to last year. So like $2 million up from last year. The LGIP is roughly $11,000. I will make a point. I noticed that interest rates, we're getting more interest revenue in, so that's a good thing, just to make that point. As far as revenue for August, we just got some miscellaneous donations in. And then we got our first July collections from Charleston County, which is roughly $65,000. So let's say that over time for August, we're not going to get compared to July, it's about $47,000. And as I said, we're doing an ongoing review of equipment and facilities. The capital projects, our 21 balance is roughly $593,000. And then the 2022 balance is 4.5 million. With the property tax for July, it decreased by about $17,000 from last July. And year to date, we have roughly $65,000 in property tax collection. Our total operating expenditures as of the end of August total 3.6 million, and that does include outstanding encumbrances. I stated this, but I'll say it again, the operating cash is 8.1 compared to 6.4 from last year. The bond cash as of the end of August is 5.1 compared to 2.2 from last year. Our year-to-date non-standard overtime is $85,000. Year-to-date salaries, including regular and standard overtime, is $940,000. And the year-to-date vacation and sick is $110,000. So for the month of August, our staff efficiency is 85%. And the last note, COVID-related personnel expenses year-to-date are about $9,000. Any questions on the financial report?
This is Bob Wright. Are you still confident that our budget is we're gonna be able to live within our budget?
We're 2 months in. To answer your question, yes, I'm still confident. However, when we get to mid-year, we need to be making probably some tighter decisions and choices with seeing where we have savings and probably transferring those savings to line items that aren't gonna look so favorable.
We've had again, I don't, the equipment maintenance and just facility maintenance it's not even just things out of our control. I think we had 4 work orders this weekend just for HVAC, AC issues. I think we had our one vendor just go station to station today working on things and then telling us we need a replacement at station 5.
And I will add, 80% of our budget is salaries.
Yeah.
If you look at the reports for salaries, we are trending with the savings in those line items. So we just have to get some of the operating line items under control.
Okay,
Thank you, man. Okay. Attorney's update.
Nothing for now, maybe a little something in executive session.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Stay tuned.
Not that exciting.
We have any old business we need to discuss? Bill, any old business on 6?
Well, yeah, you want an hour, you want to go.
No, I just, old business, 6 always shows up.
Yeah, that is old business, that's for sure. So I can do that now. We have hit another mile mark. Actually, the landscaping now is done at Station 6. And QARB has accepted it. And they are processing our refunding our $75 deposit. Yeah. I don't know how long that's going to take. I just haven't got it yet. I said no, so it is coming.
Checks in the mail.
No,
All right, any new business? Okay, no new business, all right, back to you again, Bill, committee reports, and the first one up.
okay, building committee, we did meet on August 30th here to review the design development drawings for the maintenance facility and storage facility. Made some changes to that and back to the drawing. And that's coming along well. The civil engineering drawings are currently in review in Charleston County. So the drawings are done and they see where that goes. We did receive a geotechnical report. Soil borings was a little disappointing. We found a site at one time many years ago was apparently a trash dump. So we have trash 3 to 6 feet deep that's going to have to be removed before we can build. We don't have to remove the whole site, just where the buildings are. So there will be some additional expenses for that. We don't know that how much that's going to be yet. We can talk about it Wednesday morning. 3 to 6 feet.
Take a maximum of 6 feet.
6 feet. Yeah, 3 to 6 feet of dirt on top. So yeah, there would be some depth below that to get all the trash out, but they won't know until we really get down in there. They did, I don't know, 6 or 8 soil borings and found all that out. And we are still on schedule to begin construction by December.
Update on the other items of Station 6.
Don't have any further updates yet, so we're still checking, getting prices and all that kind of stuff. So that's the elevated patio repair and sinking sprinkler. Still ongoing saga.
Any questions from the finance committee? None, okay. Building committee, I'm sorry. Finance, there, finance committee, please, ma'am.
Yeah, I was waiting until the announcement was done. So we have a combined finance and strategic meeting scheduled for this Wednesday. And we were looking to move the meeting from a start time of 9:30 in the morning to 8:30. Eric, are you available at 8:30 on Wednesday?
Yes.
Did he say yes?
Yes.
Yep. I think everybody's good
Okay.
with it.
Okay, and Mary, you're welcome to attend if you're interested. It's Wednesday at 8:30. It's going to be both Zoom and in person this Wednesday at 8:30. And I did confirm with all the other commissioners that they're all available at 8:30. Some will be participating via Zoom and some will be participating in person.
Thank
And
you.
Ryan, are you be sending out some information, like at least by late Tuesday, that we can review it before Wednesday morning?
Yes, tomorrow I'll send out an agenda, and the Zoom link is the same as all the other meetings, but we'll send that out as well too. So
Okay,
we'll have an agenda and some papers for you to review.
okay. That's it for finance.
All right, thank you, ma'am. HR committee.
Did meet on August 31st. Discussed a number of items. Discussed. One was base pay. Motion. So, we'll discuss it. Finance.
Yeah, no, I think the only thing was we're looking at some adjustments to our sick leave policy. As we kind of dug into the leave policy in general, we found lots of competing things. That's section 4 of the manual. The that thing is so that's
HR is a revolving door, it keeps changing. Yes, so welcome here. All right. Strategic planning. No report, I have a meeting Wednesday after finance. Fine. Right, sure. Public and firefighter comments. No public firefighter comment or commissioner comments. Let's start at my right.
Yes, sir. I'd like to thank two last week to a very serious medical city council. They responded quickly. They were very professional. They did everything they could possibly do. Could have turned out better, but nothing to do. Firefighters, they performed just outstanding. So thank you very much.
Bill,
Welcome to Vermont. Looking forward to enjoying the panel.
two words. Eric, sir.
I don't have a whole lot. I see Deb's here. I hear she's had a couple of exciting weeks. Had surgery and then a little accident there to follow, and glad she's doing well. Glad to see Chief Whaley here. Appears to be doing well. Hope everything goes by and get in within the next 4 months. Bob.
Still come to prison.
All right, Deb,
Well, I think most of you are aware that I had knee replacement surgery, which is why I haven't been in person in the meetings. I am getting around a lot better. So I feel that by October, I'll be able to attend the commission meeting. And then you also know we were going down Betsy Carrison and a large limb crashed on our car. We were really lucky. Our car's totaled. And my husband and I survived with it, just cuts from glass. So we were really lucky. EMS was right down the street, so they were there. And Ryan, I don't know which station from St. John came to our rescue, but the horn was going off on the car, so they helped us with that. And then I had glass all over my body and in my feet, and they really helped me, to get out of the car and get on the gurney to get in the ambulance so that they could get the glass, most of the glass out of my feet and my body. But I was pretty shook up, and I really appreciate it. I didn't get any of their names, but I really appreciated the firefighters because they were kind of a calming effect for me that I think I was traumatized because it was very terrifying, and they kind of helped calm me down. So I just want to say I appreciate whatever unit it was that came to the call. It really helped, and they were extremely helpful for me.
Thank you.
That's it.
And from me being a knee transplant recipient, but use the crutches or use the cane a lot until you get full strength. It really helps. All right, we'll have another at-home, Ms. Jones.
Well, first of all, good evening to each and every one of you. Good to see your smiling faces again. I'm excited to bring you this brief announcement. This past August, I attended a conference in Greenville, South Carolina. Just through conversation-wise, St. John's Fire Department name came up. And I must say to Chief Ryan and your administrative staff and the commissioners on the St. John's Fire Department, we all were given accolades. I never said to anyone just sitting around chit-chatting that I was one of the commissioners, but I'm telling you, St. John's Fire Department, along with the chief and his administrative staff, and also the workers, we got a standing ovation just in conversation-wise. So congrats to St. John's Fire District, and I am so thrilled to be a part of you. You guys keep doing what you're doing and stay safe. Love you most. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Ms. Jones.
Mr. Wright.
I have no comments at this point.
All right, sir. Yeah. Mr. White.
Yes, I'd like to thank everyone in the department, from the administrative staff to the last hires. Welcome aboard. And it's a well-oiled machine. Everyone's job is important. Makes no matter if you're just a firefighter, just the chief, or you're the chief person here on commission. Everyone plays a part. And by doing that, we want to strong as always strong. So I want to continue to say thank you to each and every one.
Okay, this is a lot of you know that I work out of the safety office. And one of my jobs for DOT was driving down these roads and looking up and seeing where limbs were looking like they were falling, reporting back. They disbanded our group. But we found out too much work for them. I am in the process of going back to the District 6 headquarters and letting them know that they need to come back out to Main Road and Bohicket Road to cut dead trees on the left and the right, and from pieces up in the sky, you know, that are hanging over. As we all drive by, you look up and you see a limb that's just hanging on, waiting to fall. That shouldn't happen to anyone. And, you know, even though you can get money, if someone gets hurt, money brings back, no panic. PTSD is real. And a loss of a life or a person limb, regardless of what they give you or pay, doesn't bring the happiness back. So as we all drive, you see something, sort of make a note of it, and then let's call the DOT and then tell them, hey, you got to come do something about it. You know, we all have phones.
Yeah,
We all have phones, and so we can take a picture of it and give them a location. And
Yeah, we need to add Betsy Carrison to that list because we were on Betsy Carrison when we got hit and the limb was over 12 inches in diameter, so it was huge. And it wasn't rotted, so that's what was really scary. When you look at the limb, it doesn't look rotted, so it must have been all the rain that it absorbed. But Betsy Carrison's where our accident happened.
yes, ma'am. And you know, we all love to see all the oak trees, all the leaves, but once the leaves get wet, they have a lot of weight on the trip. Last Saturday night, Friday night, a tree snapped right in front of our church on Mohican Road. It had the road closed for a couple of hours.
There's been times when it's.
Yeah, well, heavy rain.
Down in St. Paul district, of course, they had a man killed in a tree fell, but 2 days before that, they told them one of their engines that fell not far from where the thing is.
So, with that, that's all I have to say, but please, again, drive safely and watch out for Leroy coming down the road. I might not be paying attention. Welcome to the group.
Thank you, sir.
Glad we welcome you here. Okay. So someone will talk to the county and ask them to inquire some more, maybe the governor or someone else to sign it real fast. All right. With that, would someone make a motion for us to go into executive session?
Would be for,
Just me or?
I don't really have anything pressing.
We can actually, it's this is impressive, but we can do it. I don't,
We don't have to go.
we don't have to go.
Yeah,
We can catch
get
up.
more information on that.
Okay, we don't have to go. Will somebody make a motion for us to adjourn? It's the public, and second that we adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Same. All right, we are adjourned.